You want to talk about it? I'd rather laugh about it. Let's get a little dark about it on the Traumedy Show. Welcome to the Traumedy Show. I'm your co-host, Rachel Wilford.
And I'm your other co-host, Megan Wilford.
And today we have Kimberly with us, and we are so excited. Hi, Kimberly.
Hi, guys. Thanks for having me.
Of course. We're very excited to have you. Yes.
Yeah. We know Kimberly has definitely a story to tell. Our cousin, actually, shout out Carolina, is the one who found her Instagram, sent it to us, and she was like, you guys have to have Kimberly on your podcast. She's perfect for the Traumedy Show. So we're really excited.
Had you know, because I know Kimberly Carolina had said that she had like DM'd you a few times and you had responded. Like, did you have any interaction with her, or like, did you remember Carolina when she reached out, or do you just generally talk to a lot of your followers?
I talk to a lot. I get so many DMs. My DMs are crazy. Yeah. And so she did actually reach out to me and say that she recommended me to come on your guys' podcast. So I do remember that message, but unfortunately, I don't remember much else of our conversation.
We get it. I certainly don't have as many followers as you, but I get overwhelmed with DMs quite a bit. Yeah. Like I have a whole like cosplay social account, but I also thought that was really special that you do actually respond to some of these DMs and connect with your followers, because clearly you have a community.
Yeah, I try, but it's getting a little crazy now.
Kimberly has a couple young kids and a story to tell about her ex, and it's pretty recent, right, that this happened?
Would have been October.
Okay. Yeah. Very fresh.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you get a lot of DMs from people like who have gone through similar things and you?
Thousands.
Yeah.
Thousands. Yeah.
Thousands of DMs?
My DMs are crazy. I probably get 400 a day. Like a lot. It's to the point that I can't respond to all of them anymore. I feel so bad, but
oh my God.
You literally can't.
Yeah, it's crazy. So many similar stories.
You need like
so much more appreciative. As soon as I looked at your profile, it was like your energy, your story, your traumedy, like
yes,
humor. It just seemed like the perfect fit. And then you responded to us, and we were so happy that you were willing to join.
So we'll call him Dave, I guess.
Okay.
And I'll just give you like a basic backstory. Typical 20-year-old girl when I met him. 20, dumb, for lack of a better word. But met a guy. He's a little bit older than me, 7 years older, and typical girl that wants to fix something. He was a nice guy. He was 27, living in his mom's house. Mom was doing his laundry. Sister was cooking his meals. But he was nice. He was nice. And I was just starting nursing school, and I got involved with him. And
how did you meet him?
We met, he was upgrading to try to get he's a high school dropout when I met him. He was trying to upgrade to get his high school diploma, and I was getting ready to go back to nursing school. So we went to the same university. So that's how we met. We met in a class together, an English class. And things took off there, and he was really nice, or so I thought. Like, I thought he was a very nice person. And I think that's what drew me to him, that he was very kind, or he seemed very kind. So we did the thing. We did the damn thing. I went to nursing school for 4 years. I graduated. Then I put him through university, paid for his diploma, for him to go back to school. Yeah, we did the thing. My parents are super strict, and I'm the only girl. So like, they aren't going to accept somebody who can't provide, or somebody that doesn't have, a decent job. So I knew I needed to fix this person before my parents would accept him. But I loved him.
Yeah, of course.
So I paid for him to go back to university to get his diploma, and we got engaged. We were engaged for about 4 years, but again, like, no job. He was working like a retail job, and that's not acceptable in my family. Like, my parents are strict. And
how did your parents feel about you paying for him to go through college? Did they know about that?
Oh yeah. My parents, they were never on board. We fought about it. We fought about this relationship for years and years and years, but I was young and I was in love, and I am the type of person that, like, I'm headstrong. I make my decisions and I live by them. So as much as we fought, like, they knew it was, I had to figure it out on my own.
Yeah.
And the 20-year-old me was not thinking about my financial stability at the time. I was thinking, I love this person. And so
isn't that the case always
yes,
when we're so
always.
young? Like, I don't know why when you're 20 and you look at a 27-year-old man who doesn't have a high school diploma and lives with his mom, like now we'd be like, no thanks. But back then we're like, but he's older and wiser and I can fix him. And that's not a problem. Like,
that's exactly what my mentality was.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We stayed and
understandable.
He finished. We were engaged. We got married, had a baby. We bought properties together. We did the whole thing. And I will say, like, our marriage was happy. Like, we didn't have problems. We didn't fight. There was nothing substantial. It was good. We didn't have any problems. And I'm like an anxious person. So I check in, like, are we good here? Are we good? Like, we're going to buy this house. Okay. Like, are we good? Are you happy? Cause we ain't signing on for 25 fucking years if we're having problems. Same thing with kids. I check in and I thought we were good. I will
How
say,
old were you when you got married?
So we got engaged probably 3 years into the relationship. And then we got married when I was 27. Okay. He finally got his career at around that time. And that's when I was like, okay, now you're getting up there in age. And he wanted kids, or so he said. Yeah. And, let's talk about having a baby, but I want to get married first. So we got married. So I was 27 when we got married. We had our daughter at 28 when I was 28.
Okay. It's pretty quick.
Yeah.
Were you still the primary earner most of the relationship, or did he work
I've always been, like, I'm a registered nurse. So I'm, and taking care, the hospital, there's a huge shortage. So it's just, there's unlimited amounts of OT and, we live a pretty comfortable life. So I was the primary earner.
Okay. We relate to that as well.
Yeah.
And what was he doing for work eventually at that time?
I can't say details. He is in law enforcement. I can't say the details just because so many people might listen to this.
Yeah. That makes sense.
But yeah, so I did not check in when we decided to get pregnant for our second child, but I thought, well,
you already have one.
Things must be good here. And, he wanted to have the baby. It was very much planned. So we started trying for our second baby. And I will say through the pregnancy, things were fine. They seemed fine. I was showered with, gifts and love and affection, and everything seemed fine through the whole pregnancy. Every holiday, Mother's Day, birthday, he'd have custom art made, custom jewelry. Like, he was very kind. We didn't have issues. And then the baby was born, early August. And I would say 6 weeks later, like when I was about 6 weeks postpartum, things started to get weird. He started acting kind of funny.
Okay. How was he acting funny?
It was literally like a switch. I'm telling you. Yeah. We were talking about, like, having sex after the postpartum period, but I had a C-section. You have to wait 6 weeks until you heal before you can actually be intimate. And so I was like, he was asking if we could have sex and stuff. Like, everything was fine. And I was only 5 weeks postpartum at the time. I'm like, no, like, we should just wait another week just to make sure everything's good. But once that
reasonable request.
Yeah. And he was totally fine with it. And then the 6 week mark, things were back to normal. Like, we were having, I would sleep in this guy's arms every night. Like, everything was normal. We were having sex. And it was literally one day in the morning, I woke up and he seemed off. And your partner, right? Like, 10 years. We've been together 10 years. So your partner. Yeah. And he just seemed cold and off. And I said to him, hey, like, are you angry at me? Like, is something going on here? Like, because you seem a little off. And he had said no, but I couldn't shake it. And he went to work the next day and I texted him saying, oh, like, are you sure? You seem off. Something seems off. You seem like you're upset. And that's when he finally replied, like, through text, because he wasn't the type of person to, like, tell me to my face. He said, like, I just feel disconnected from you. I've been feeling this for a while. Like, we're not connecting. And I just feel like not myself. And so I was like, what? Like, we had sex like 3 days ago. What are you talking about? Like,
right. Did it seem like disconnected, like we're not having sex, like disconnected sexually?
No, I don't think so. Like, I just think
in general,
emotionally he wasn't there, but physically everything's like, not everything, but like, we were still having sex. Like,
right.
Yeah, it was very odd. And so
Hearing that as like a new mother too, of like a newborn, and having a toddler, and being like, the amount of hormones and everything I'm going through right now, like I can't imagine being like, oh.
I was so beside myself, and I asked him like, how long have you been feeling this? And he's like, for a while now, maybe like a year. And I'm like, a year?
Oh my God.
A year? Like, you put a baby in my uterus fucking 9 months ago. What are you talking about?
What?
And you didn't think to say something? So immediately I was like, this guy's bullshitting. Like, we've gone on multiple vacations. We had a baby.
Yeah.
Like, we financed a Tesla. Like, I gave him thousands of dollars for a Tesla 2 months before the baby was born. If you were feeling disconnected from our relationship and our marriage, you should have said something a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
We were
raise
traveling.
A flag. Oh my God.
We were traveling like a week before our baby was delivered.
Yeah.
On my dime. Damn it. I was the one that was paying for all this shit. And so I was like, what the fuck is happening?
Were you guys ever arguing or anything?
No,
like that's crazy.
Typical like marriage. Like once in a while we would fight.
Sure.
You know, typical, but there was nothing significant.
Yeah.
Nothing significant at all. Like he was my best friend. We spent every moment together. And so there was like nothing that I can pick out. Sure, we might have had a fight here or there, but truly in the last 10 years, I can count on maybe 2 hands the amount of serious arguments that we've had. And that's a long, like 10 years is a long time. We did not fight. So I was just.
And you built him.
I literally raised this guy, you guys. Like he was a baby.
Yes.
And so
a 27-year-old baby when you first met him.
Yes. And so I was just beside myself because I'm like, what is happening? But I thought, okay, maybe like at this time, I'm like, okay, let's just spend some time together. Maybe we need to hang out and reconnect. Fine. He misses me. Okay. Like, let's watch a movie. Sure.
Yeah.
And so he's being weird. And I'm like, okay, but he's saying he's feeling off. And so I said, you know, maybe you should start exercising because I thought maybe he was down with his self-esteem. He had gained some weight and maybe you should start exercising. Maybe you should start going to counseling, you know, like the typical things that you do when you're having mental health issues.
Yeah. Right.
And he was like, yeah, that's a great idea. So he started working out twice a day. He booked his first therapy session. And meanwhile, I'm at home and I'm thinking, okay, my poor husband is finally going through something and he's had a rough childhood. I will say that his childhood was rough. His past, there was a lot of trauma. Like, I don't think it's fair to get into it, but he's had a rough upbringing. So I thought maybe it's PTSD. Maybe it's postpartum depression. Like it could be many things. And so I'm picking up the slack at home and I'm taking care of these 2 kids by myself. I'm making sure this guy comes home to a hot cooked meal every day after work. And I'm giving him the extra servings of my fucking meal so that maybe he's down on himself. Like, I don't know. I'm just trying to support this guy because for 10 years, he was good to me. And I think he's going through something mentally. And obviously the timing's not ideal. I just had a baby. Like I'm postpartum.
Right.
But, you know,
should be the other way around.
I got to get through it. And I love the guy at the time.
Yeah.
And so.
No, all of that is you being a good, incredible, supportive partner.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Totally.
When someone's going through something.
Yes. And that's what I'm trying to do because I'm like, well, it's been a good marriage. Like I have no idea that there's something bigger going on at this time. I think truly this is postpartum depression or PTSD. So I send him to his first therapy session, or he books his first therapy session and he goes. And he comes home and I'm nosy. I want to know what the lady said. Of course, I want to know. So I'm pressing and I'm like, hey, so what'd you guys talk about? How was it? And he tells me basically that, you know, they spent the hour of their session. And I guess this is pretty typical, like going back through what's happened in your life and your trauma and just getting a feel for what's going on. And he tells me they talked about our relationship for like, you know, a couple minutes. And in those couple minutes, this therapist comes to the conclusion that he doesn't love me anymore. He loves me as the mother of his children, but he's not in love with me. And that we should start sleeping in separate rooms.
From the first session.
From the first session, you guys. And I'm like, what the fuck is
He's
going
saying
on?
the therapist told him that?
Yes, that is what he's saying. He's saying that the therapist.
That's not really what therapists do.
I know. I guess this therapist told him to sleep in a separate room. I don't know. We will never know whether or not this was his idea or the therapist's idea. But
That reminds me, Rach, of when the therapist told your ex-fiance that there's nothing wrong with him and that he doesn't have.
Yeah. And I'm sure that was made up too. Like, I don't know if you know my story or anything, Kimberly, but my ex and I, when I was discovering all of his affairs, he went to go try to see a therapist because I was like, I think you're a narcissist and I think you need to go to therapy. And so he went and saw this one. It was like a psychiatrist or like a psychologist, something like that. It was like a special kind of therapist. And he came home and he was like, yeah, he asked me like a series of 10 questions. And he was like, he concluded that I'm not a narcissist and that we really just need to go to couples counseling because it's clear that like you have an issue with me, but I don't have a problem.
After all of his affairs.
Yeah. I was like, it's clear
the therapist said you're the problem.
Enlightening information. My goodness.
I'm sure he lied about it. I'm sure he either lied to me about what the person said to him or he lied to the therapist.
Exactly.
And that was the conclusion they drew because he was lying. So,
yes, of course.
It could be the case with Dave.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes. One of two options.
Yes. That has to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So he says his therapist said that you need to sleep in separate rooms and that he doesn't want you anymore.
And at this point, I'm beside myself. Like of
course.
I thought we were going to like cuddle on the couch, watch a movie and hang out. Like that's what I thought this was going to be. Mm-hmm. Spend some time together.
Have some deep talks.
Yeah. When you have a baby, shit's busy, man. Like, of
course.
I was exclusively pumping like for my infant. And then I got a 3-year-old in tow as well. So shit, like, sorry, you're on the back burner right now, but that's how it is when you have a baby.
Yeah.
But I guess not. So now at this point, I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, this is more serious than I thought. We got to book some fucking counseling. We got to go to marriage counseling. I didn't know we were already there, but we got to go because he's telling me he don't love me anymore. And I'm like, yo, I'm booking marriage counseling. Yes, it was horrible. It was so horrible. So
and out of the blue too, because you're like, I literally didn't know anything was wrong. I thought we were great. That's horrifying.
It was so out of the blue, you guys. So I booked the marriage counseling and I said, like, we're going to go to marriage counseling. Mm-hmm. And meanwhile, this conversation, he's like saying to me, like, I don't know what I want anymore in our relationship. Like, I don't know if I want to be with you anymore. And I'm like, what are you talking about? But I know Dave, like, I know him well. And I could tell from that conversation, yo, my husband's leaving me. He is 100%. Our marriage is over. Like I knew it from that conversation because I was like, but that being said, I was like, maybe marriage counseling can fix this. I don't know what's going on with him, but maybe marriage counseling can fix this. So of course it takes a while to get into marriage counseling. So we're in this limbo. He's literally treating me terribly, not talking to me, not touching me, to the point that my daughter, who's grown up watching this affectionate, exceptional love, like I'm a very touchy person. I'm a very affectionate person, and she's grown up watching this. And suddenly, like, we aren't talking. He's sleeping in a separate room. And my toddler is telling him, daddy, kiss mommy, hug mommy. And like this guy putting his arm on my shoulder for a half-ass hug, like I'm poison. It was horrible. And I'm like, what is going on? So even my family, like I go to my mom and my mom conveniently, of course, is going to the Philippines when this is all happening. Like the next day, she's like devastated because she's going to the other side of the world. And I'm like telling her my marriage is ending. And she's like, no, it's not. There's no way. And I'm like, Mom, 100% he's leaving. 100%. She's like, oh my gosh. And so, but everyone's like, take this guy to the doctor. Like this must be something psychiatric. He needs a head CT. Like maybe it's maybe he has a brain tumor. Like so uncharacteristic. Everybody was like, what is happening? Like this is crazy. So we spent that it was like about a week waiting for his next counseling session. And I'm just going through the motions, we're still technically together at this time. And I'm asking him to spend time with me. And he's just kind of blowing me off, saying, not right now. And I'm cooking, doing everything for the kids, still making sure he's coming home.
Which is crazy because you are like a newborn, newborn mother.
I'm so pissy about, I'm so bitter about how he had me doing all this shit while he was off doing something terrible to me. But yeah, I spent the week.
How was he with the kids during this time? Was he still showing up as a father?
So distant. And I will say, for the first 2.5, 3 years of my daughter's life, he was an exceptional dad. Like, no, everybody in my life, if you asked, they would say he is hands down the most hands-on father that they have ever seen. So that's why this was such a shock. And I would come home from like the gym and my daughter would be in a poopy diaper. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, he would never leave her like that. And so that's why horrible. I thought like, this is psychiatric. Like, there is something psychiatric going on. Like, what is happening? And, but he wouldn't go to the doctor. And I'm calling all of his friends and I'm like, you guys need to help me. Like, I don't know what's going on with him, but he's off. Like, we got to get this guy to the doctor. And his friends are like, I've later found out that his friends knew the whole story about the affair the whole time. And they knew for months. Yes. And I'm on the other end of the phone, bawling my eyes out like, yo, like something's going on with this guy. I need help. And they knew the whole time that there was an affair.
That's horrible. I'm so sorry. That's like such a deep betrayal on so many levels.
I was pissed. Yeah, I was so mad.
How do they let him even keep doing that?
Well, it's so crazy because they like were totally on my side once everything came out, and they were totally on my side. But they also protected his secret for how long it had been happening. And I'm just like, there's a point when you needed to come out and say something. And that was long ago. I get it, but like, I don't get it. What you've done is so wrong. But anyways, I'm calling his friends. Everybody's involved. Like, everybody's got their hands in this messy pot trying to figure out why Dave is trying to end his marriage so suddenly. So the next week rolls around and it's his second therapy session. And I checked the benefits, you guys. He went. The claims. He put the claims in. So he did go to therapy.
We love a detective who actually like looks at the receipts.
I was like, oh, I'm a check. And he did go. And meanwhile, I had also booked our counseling session, our first marriage counseling session for the next day. And I'd been telling him for a week, book it off, get it off. His work was really good. Like, they're really reasonable about taking days off for doctor's appointment and stuff. So I knew it wouldn't be an issue, but he hadn't booked it off yet. And I knew, I was like, this guy ain't going to freaking marriage counseling. But I am going to work through the motions. I'm going to go through all of it. And he's going to fucking tell me to my face that he's not going to go. I'm not going to just roll over. So he goes to his therapy session. And then after the therapy session, I get a text saying, what if I don't want to go to therapy with you? I'm like, and I'm just like, what is happening? Like, now I'm like laughing about it because it's funny. But at the time, I'm like, we have 2 kids.
Yeah.
We have, I just had a baby and like, we have like our lives are intertwined.
You just bought him a Tesla.
Yes. Like, this is crazy. And he's telling me he doesn't want to go to therapy through a fucking text message. And I'm on the other end of the phone at home with my kids, bawling my eyes out, trying to justify like, dude, we have been together for 10 years. Yeah. We built a life together and we have 2 children. We have 2 babies. We have to at least try to save this for the kids. Like, we people stay in unhappy marriages for years for the sake of their children. I'm asking you to try therapy with me. You know, we haven't
even tried. To go to a therapy session. Yeah. You haven't even gone to one session. Tried.
Yes, exactly. Right. And he's like telling me, no, I don't want to do it. I don't want to give you false hope. I don't want to pretend to be in love with you, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, you know what? Just come home. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it when you get home. And he says, I can't be there right now. I'm like, you fucking coward. He's like, I've got a haircut at 8. I'm like, your haircut is more important than your fucking family?
Ew, fuck your hair. Sorry.
Who has a haircut at 8?
Shaving your head in the night. You're going to be bald and you're going to go to couples counseling with me. Like, fuck yourself. Oh my God.
I'm like, at this point, I'm like, what? There's no reason, like rationalizing with this man. So I'm like, whatever, I'll wait for you. We're going to talk about this tonight though. I ain't going anywhere. I'll be fucking waiting. So I get the kids down and I'm like beside myself though. Like, imagine you're trying to function and you're trying to take care of these kids. You're like a zombie. You're sleep deprived with your newborn. And then you're worrying about your marriage on the side. So he gets home from his haircut at 10 p.m.
Horrible.
And
his haircut, that's like, no one has a haircut.
His hair, it was cut.
Okay.
the particular his barber like did him a solid and like opened shop for him late. Like they have a
whatever. He's in the Tesla, like cutting his hair over a trash can. Like, I gotta keep up with this lie.
So he comes home and I'm like, I'm waiting. Like I'm sitting on the couch waiting for him and he showers. goes into the shower, and then he takes his phone with him. And keep in mind, I'm talking to everybody on the side. Like, I'm telling my mom, I'm telling my sister-in-law, I'm telling my brother, I'm telling all my friends. They're like, your love for somebody doesn't just turn off like that. Like, you can't just turn it off. It's been 10 years. For him to walk away, there might be somebody else. And I'm thinking, there's no way. He would never do that. But I'm starting to get suspicious because this is weird. So he goes in the bathroom, he takes his phone, not uncommon for him. You know, he sits on the can but he goes into the shower. So it's not like he was pooping or anything. He got in the shower, and I'm like, well, why do you take his phone then? So I run to the bedroom to check his Apple Watch that he's left in his bedroom. And
you can't forget about the Apple Watch.
Passwords and everything.
Passwords changed. But for 10 years, I have known the password to his phone for 10 years, and password has changed. I was like, he's cheating. He's cheating. 100% he's cheating. And I'm like,
because you found this out when you tried to get into the Apple Watch.
Yes, because I'm thinking, what is going on? So I couldn't get in the Apple Watch. And I'm like, oh, he's cheating, 100%. So I'm like freaking out. And I get back, I come sit down on the couch and just wait for him. I ain't going to tell him what I've done. So I'm sitting there waiting, and he comes out and he sits down, and he's just telling me like he's scared to be honest with me, and he doesn't know how to talk to me about this. And I'm just like, I asked him point blank, I'm like, is there somebody else? And he said no. And at this point, like, when you have a relationship, that was your chance. And he totally was like, he even said like, I'm scared of what you'll think of me. And I'm like, I was like, is there somebody else? Because that would at least make it make sense for why this is happening. Because this does not make sense at all.
Yeah.
And he denied it. And he said, no, like, there's nobody else. I just don't want to be with you anymore. And I'm like, okay. And I didn't want to push, because when you have a relationship like ours, it's not like there was trust issues. Like, if we go back 10 years ago, he met some of my friends, and like, he wouldn't hug them for years. He seemed like a stand-up guy. Like, he would meet my friends and he would give them a handshake. He was like, I don't touch another woman but my wife. Like, that's it. Like, and so I thought, never. And this is a guy who's been cheated on before. And so I thought, you know, I felt like it would be insulting for me to question him like that and to accuse him, especially when I had no substantial proof. So I didn't push, but the Apple Watch put me into, you know, detective mode. So
also the phone in the shower, like, he literally had his phone in.
No, he just took it into the bathroom and like locked the bathroom door.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a little.
Yeah. Okay. But still, he wasn't pooping though. And he would come home and he would like leave it on the counter if it was just a shower, right?
Sure,
but,
totally.
You know, men sometimes scroll when they're on their phones or whatever. But
I mean, yeah.
Mine does.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm sitting here and I'm trying to rationalize with this guy, and I'm telling him like, dude, like, we have to at least try marriage counseling for the sake of our children, for the sake of, you know, the fact that we've been together for 10 years and he is not budging. I don't want to be with you. Like, what do you want? You want me to fake that I'm in love with you? And I'm like, dude, you fucked me like 3 days ago. What are you talking about? What was that? Oh, I was trying to see if I could get the feelings to come back. What?
Ew.
That is not the way, you dirty dog.
Yeah. Ew.
The worst. Yes, the worst.
I just carried your baby.
I know. I was like, I could not believe that this was happening. And so then he goes on to say, like, if you really want me to try marriage counseling, like, I'll do it. But I'm just saying I'll do it for 1 month. And I don't want you to get your hopes up, because I've already made my decision. I'm just going to do it to tick a box. And I'm like, this point, I'm like, fuck this. Like, I ain't going to beg. We've been together 10 years and my children and I can get 30 days out of you. Like, what is that? 4 sessions? A weekly? No. So he pushed and I was like, okay, fine, whatever. You don't want to be in this? Fine. I'm not going to sit here and beg you. What do you want from me? So I said, fine. You want to separate? Okay, let's do it. And I said, you know, where do we go from here? Not like I'm working. I'm making, you know, employment insurance while I'm on mat leave, and you don't make a ton of money, and we have mortgages and rent and a car payment now and 2 kids. So where do we go from here? Well, I don't know. What do you want to do? So it's my job to figure this out. Yeah,
of course it is.
You're blowing up our lives for seemingly zero reason with like no notice, and you're not willing to try. And I get to figure out the logistics of how we're going to go forward.
Yes.
Cool. Good.
A man baby. And I'm like, are you joking me? Like, such a joke. So I ended up deciding like, okay, fine. You'll sleep in the other room. We just had a baby and I need help. Like, we made this baby together. You are going to help me with this child. Like, I'm not doing this by myself. So he agreed to stay in the house or in our place with me until the baby was like a little bit older, until like the 5-month mark. And so that we could, just once she gets to the point where I can kind of like sleep train her, and when she's not feeding every 2 hours through the night. Right. And so he agreed. And that's where we went from there. 2 days later, meanwhile, I'm still thinking there's got to be something bigger going on here. So of course I'm playing spy. And 2 days later, he had planned to hang out with his friends. And this was something that he had talked about, a month ago, going to watch like UFC. We're into UFC. We watch the fights a lot. Been watching them for 10 years. And so I was like, oh yeah, like that's fine. And he goes, oh, like you can have the day off on Saturday, like the next day. So I'm like, okay. And it's 2:30 p.m. in the afternoon. And he's like, okay, I'm leaving now. And I'm like, okay, like that's kind of early. And he's like, the fights are going to go late, which they do. They normally go to like 10 p.m. So I'm thinking like 11. I'm thinking like 11 p.m. And I'm like, okay, so are you going to be back to help me with the night feeds? And he's like, well, I said I'm going to be out late. And I'm like, okay, like 11. And he's like, I don't know, don't wait up. And I'm like, okay, well, who's going to help me with these night feeds? And he's like, you can have the day off tomorrow. And I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, so distant, unwilling to help, like just making all the decisions for himself and not helping me. And I just had his fucking child.
These are his children. Maybe he doesn't want to be
babies,
your husband anymore, but he is still their father.
Yes.
Correct.
I was like, okay, well, fuck, I guess my kids have a deadbeat daddy now. Like, I guess I'm doing this shit by myself. Like, whatever. So he leaves and I'm beside myself. And of course, my brother and his sister, or my sister-in-law, they're stepping in and they're helping. And I head over to their house, just like distraught. Like, I'm sitting on the couch, bawling my eyes out. Like, and my brother's also watching the fights. We watched the fights together. Yeah. And the fights end at 7. It was an early card. So they ended at 7 p.m. So I'm like, okay, lie number 1. We just caught you in a lie. Right. You told me the fights were going to go late. They ended at 7. So, okay. But of course, I didn't say anything. Now, my brother went to high school with one of his really close friends, one of Dave's really close friends. So my brother is calling his buddy and saying, yo, can you try to get to the bottom of this? Like, what's going on? So of course, his friend is asking him to come over, trying to get to the bottom of this, and trying to get him to like rethink ending his marriage. Like, what's going on? And he's kind of keeping tabs. So I get a text at midnight after I've put the kids to bed from Dave, and he says, oh, like I'm just at said friend's house, the friend who's watching and, keeping tabs. Oh, okay. And he's like, I'll be here for a bit. And I was pissed. I was like, fuck this guy. Like, I didn't reply. And I go to bed and he comes home at 5 in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. So I got a text at midnight. I know the fights ended at 7, and I know you were with your friend at midnight around that time. So what were you doing from 7 to midnight? Like, what were you doing? His friend corroborated the story. He said, yeah, he was here around that time. So I'm already like super suspicious, and he gets home at 5 a.m. and I'm just fucking rattled because I have been doing everything for these kids since the baby came out. All of the night feeds, pumping, cooking, cleaning, taking the kids to the park while he's doing whatever he wants to do. And of course, my 3-year-old's dealing with a huge transition now because she just had a baby sister, So there's like huge changes happening in our life.
She's seeing her dad sleep on the couch. Like, did she see that?
She knew he was sleeping in the other room. Yeah.
That's so hard.
It was crazy. There was so much going on for her and so many big changes. And so I'm trying to like cushion what's going on for her too. It was just a disaster. So he gets home at 5 a.m. and this is my day off, you guys. This is my day off. And I'm fucking taking my day off. So I'm pissed, and he goes straight into the bed and falls asleep. And I waited until the kids got up, and I marched in. I was like, your kids are up. Wake the fuck up. Handed him the baby, handed him his daughter. And, I was like, I'm leaving. So he gives my oldest the iPad. Fine. We do it all the time. But I can hear her kind of whimpering like, Daddy, I'm hungry. Daddy, I'm hungry. And he's just like sleeping. And I'm like getting mad because it's like, you want to stay out all night? You want to act like a teenager? Fine. But take care of your kids. You're a dad. So I wait for like the 4th, Daddy, I'm hungry. And I march in there and I'm like, are you going to feed her or do I have to? Like, I'm being a bitch now. Like, I'm pissed.
Rightfully so.
There was no more gentle, passive trying to help you through this. I'm like, you're being a fucking asshole now.
Yeah.
So he finally got up and, you know, I made sure the kids were like tended to. And then I bounced and I went to the gym. I get home from the gym and I was just planning to shower, get ready and go. And he's just come out of the shower and his clothes are in the bathroom. And so I go into the bathroom and I'm like, I'm going to have a shower. And I see his clothes crumpled up on the floor. Mm-hmm. And right then and there, I didn't even think that I was going to do it. I'm like, I'll fucking check these clothes. Mm-hmm. I'm going to check these clothes. So I take because they were the clothes that he wore the night before. So of course I pull his t-shirt out of his hoodie and I'm like, that looks like a makeup stain. That looks like a makeup stain on his chest. Uh-huh. And you guys.
Oh my God.
I checked the underpants.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I know. I checked them. And what do you think? Can I say that on here?
Yeah, of course.
I found
like pussy blood.
I found the stains, the sex stains in the underpants.
Ew.
Yes, 100% like I found
undeniably this is sexual fluid.
Yes. 100%. And I was like, yo, this guy and you know when like you pull your pants on, like it was like smeared down. So it meant like his pants were off and he pulled his pants back on. And there was a little bit on the waistband and like it had like rubbed. Yep. You know what I mean? Yes. So I was like, oh, this guy fucking cheated on me. He's cheating 100%. I was having like a stress response in the bathroom. Like I was like shaking. I was like, I cannot believe he's done this. God. So, but of course I didn't want to come out and like make a scene in front of the kids. So I composed myself. I showered, got out of there and I grabbed my breast pump.
He's in law enforcement. He's a terrible criminel. Like what the hell? Like throw your shit in the laundry. If you have fucking
these men are idiots.
Your underwear.
This guy, he's a man child. He literally expected me to wash these clothes for him.
No!
Yeah. He came to pick them up. He's like, so did you wash these? I was like, no, I put them in a black bag. You're lucky I didn't throw them out the window.
Like, did you do my laundry from when I was fucking another woman last night? Yes, come on.
Literally.
Hello?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It was insane. So I was like, whatever. Like, I'm going to compose myself. And I don't know how. I don't know where I found it within myself, but I was like, I'm going to wait. I need to find like some clarity. I need to like compose myself because the kids are here. So I left for the day.
Wow.
It was props. It was wild. It was so wild. So I get in the Tesla and I'm taking the Tesla and I'm driving.
And you drive off into the sunset with your children and you never return.
Yeah.
Please tell me that's how it ends.
It gets better, but I'm heading out of town and I take the car and I'm thinking to myself, man, the Tesla has an app like with cameras inside the car. He never put me on it. He gave me a key card. And hindsight's 2020, right?
Yeah.
He gives me a key card that you just tap to start the car, but I was never put on the app. And I'm thinking, of course I wasn't put on the fucking app because he's cheating on me. He doesn't want me to look in the camera and catch him. And there's cameras inside and outside the car.
Wow.
And then I'm looking at the GPS searches in the app on the big screen. And I'm like, everything's deleted. Nothing's there. And I'm like, he went to these people's houses that he's never been to before. Why is he deleting addresses?
Absolutely.
Because he's cheating. So I get to the mall. I decide to go shopping. I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do today, but like I'm beside myself. So I go to the mall and I'm walking around the mall. I'm not even really there. Like I'm so sleep deprived and so out of it. And I get a call from his childhood friends, like his really close friends. They live in Montreal and they call me and they're like, Kimberly, like what is going on? How can you do something like this? You guys cannot just end your marriage without trying marriage counseling. Like you guys have 2 kids. We didn't even know you guys were having problems. How could you not have come to us? Like, and I'm like on the other end of the phone, like, what the fuck did this guy tell you?
I know.
I'm like, yes, right. I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
you're telling me?
With me. I'm like, literally, I'm like, what the fuck did this guy tell you?
Yeah.
And he goes on to say, oh, Dave said that you guys have been having problems for years, that you've been discussing getting a divorce for years, and that, you know, this is a mutual decision, that you both don't want to go to marriage counseling. And then he told us not to call you, and I just needed to reach out because I think you guys are making a huge mistake. He said he wanted to be left alone. And I'm like, this motherfucker is isolating me. because he doesn't want to get caught in his fucking lies. Because he knows I'm a loudmouth. He knows me. He knows I'm going to tell the whole world.
Oh, and he's doing damage control. He's controlling the narrative with everybody else to also like just further gaslight you.
Exactly. But he's trying to isolate his 8-week postpartum wife. Like, you fucking bastard. So in that moment, I was like, oh, this fucking asshole. I'm going to get this man. I was pissed. So I told his friends everything. Yeah. And at first, they thought that I was lying. They were like, Kimberly, when you started sharing your story, I thought you were delusional. I was like, dude. She's like, but then everything added up. And I was like, oh my God. Yo, she's telling the truth. Oh my God. She's not lying. So he completely convinced them that I was lying and that this was a mutual breakup. And then I told them everything, like facts. And they know I'm not one to lie. And they were like, you truly found cum stains in his underwear. And I was like, yes, like, you guys, like, you
this morning, like an hour ago.
Yes. He said we've been having problems for 4 years. We got married like 3.5 years ago, had a baby.
Oh my God.
Property. Why the fuck would we do that if we were having problems? I'm a responsible adult. Like, I would not do something like that. And they're like, oh my God. You know, this makes sense. And I'm like, yeah, you guys, hello, smell the coffee.
Oh
and
my God.
They're just like shocked. They're like, oh my gosh, we have to call him. And I'm like, no. I'm going home. I'm going to go talk to this guy. So I'm heading home. And then my brother calls and he says like, oh, I was talking to my friend last night who Dave was with. And he said he was texting somebody vigorously, like nonstop. Was that Kimberly? I was like, no, like obviously it wasn't me. He completely shut me out and he's not a texter. So who's he texting? Ladies. He's texting a woman. Of course. He's texting a lady.
He's not texting his guy friend to talk
right? Exactly. So I'm like,
therapist. He's like, we're sleeping in separate rooms. I did it.
Shit. So I'm like 100%. Now I know this guy's cheating. 100%.
Yeah.
So I get home and the house is a mess, of course, because he hasn't been practicing being a dad. Yeah. Since, of course.
He's a literal man-child.
Yes. So I get home and I just called him out, like nicely, very calmly, because the kids were still awake. And I said, look, like, I know there's somebody else. I expect you to be honest about it. This guy, like, closes his eyes, won't look at me. And he's like, what I do with my time is none of your business. And I'm like, bitch, you're living in the same place as me. We have 2 children together. You best believe it's my business. Yeah. Like, we just separated 2 days ago. You best believe this is my fucking business. And I'm like, I start listing the facts. It's been 2 days.
Yeah. Clearly, this is not just happening in 2 days. Like, this must be
100%. Yeah. 100%. And so I said to him, I was like, you told me the fights ended late. He goes, they did end late. And I'm like, Dave, I watched the fights at Curtis's house. Curtis is my brother. So, and the guy looked like he saw a ghost. He's like, oh shit, I got caught. Oh shit. Like she's caught me. She caught me lying. So then I'm like, okay, now's my time. I gotta attack. Like attack while it's hot. Like, so I start listing. I'm like, you didn't put me on the Tesla app. You gave me a key card. You deleted the addresses. You changed your password on your phone. I found freaking stains in your underpants and makeup on your shirt. Like after 10 years and after everything that we've been through and everything that I've done for you, I expect you to have the decency to be honest with me and tell me why my marriage is ending suddenly. Like, I didn't want to tell you because I didn't want to hurt you.
Bitch, you're hurting me regardless. Oh my God.
This is even horrifying worse. Regardless. Yeah. And so, of course, I started asking the questions. I'm like, well, who is she? Oh, she's not. She has nothing to do with this. I'm not getting her involved. She didn't do anything wrong. And like, how quick he was to, protect this woman and, stand up for her character. And I'm like, what about your wife and your children? Like, disgusting. You're throwing us to the side, you piece of shit. And I was so mad. I was just like, you know what? I have spent the last weeks in agony doing this by myself. I just had abdominal surgery and I'm here spending every hour of every day worrying about your sorry ass while taking care of your children and keeping the house. And you know what I mean? Like I gave everything to try to help you. And then I find out this is what you've been doing. You've been having sex with some bitch on the side. I said, pack your shit and get out. You have to leave. And he left.
Did he say how long it had been going on?
He's told people so many different stories. He told me it was like a few months and then we stopped talking and then we started talking again. He told me it was never physical. I found out later that it was while I was pregnant. Disgusting. Like He was literally dipping in 2 pools while I was pregnant with his child. Like the risk that alone puts our baby at, like our unborn baby.
Oh, ew.
Yeah, I got tested. Everything's fine, but it's just the
but that's
practice
really,
of it.
really
like, what is wrong with you? Yeah, it was insane.
Wow.
Okay, so he moves out, and then
he moves out and goes to the woman's mother's house.
No.
Yeah, you guys, I can't make this up. So this girl has a young child, and she's living with her mom. She has a child. Yes, this is. Sorry, I should probably lead with that. She has like a 2-year-old child, a 2-year-old son. Oh. And he goes to her house the very first night and stays the night there. I know this because all of his friends, they knew about the affair, but they were so angry at him that they all stopped talking to him over this. Like, they were like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And he had nowhere to go. So he went to her house. And the mother, I'm told.
I have so many.
I know. The mother knew that this was going on, you guys, for months. The girl's
and that he was
mother,
married?
Yes. And that his wife was pregnant. His whole office knew that I was pregnant and that he was expecting a baby. And I guess the mother obviously heard wind that she was involved with a married man. She initially told him he needed to, cut it off, end it. It wasn't okay. But then they kept, doing what they were doing. And she later on, while I was either pregnant or early postpartum, gave him her blessing and was like, I can tell you really care about her. Well, sweetie, he got a whole ass family. He got 2 children. And I know this because he told all of his friends, and his friends are telling me on the side because they're obviously on my side. They know what he's done is horrible. And they're telling me all the things he's saying. And I'm like, this is who you've chosen to get involved with? Like, at least make it somebody who's, a decent human being.
He essentially had a second family. Like he's basically adopted this other child and he has a second family.
Totally.
That's so
while
wild
you're
to me
literally pregnant with his second child.
Yes.
Yo.
It is insane. It is insane.
Was the affair sex happening at the mom's house? Because that's where she lived?
Yes.
Oh my God. How young was I'm assuming she's pretty young, right?
She's a year older than me. She's 31.
Okay.
Yes.
How did they meet?
What's the actual?
They work together.
No.
So they work together. She's
always the coworker.
Yeah, she's a clerk in the office that he works at, and they met each other through there. And it's just that's how it's been going on. They started going for lunch together on their lunch breaks, and they were seen at our local Booster Juice, or it's actually a city over, but they were seen at the Booster Juice alone together multiple times. And yeah, that's how it started. And they decided to stay together. And still to this day, they're still together. He continues to portray this image that he never cheated, that he just started dating really, really quick after. They are full blown in a relationship, and he sees his kids. The thing about me is I'm you chose to leave, and being a mother is obviously a huge part of my life. I'm not doing the 50-50 thing. I don't want to do 50-50. You can see the kids whenever you want, but they're going to live with me. Yeah. You've made the selfish decision, but I want the kids with me. But I want a break. I want you to take your kids, a couple times a week. Come on. Mm-hmm. He essentially sees his kids. He will not budge on the amount that he sees them. He delivers them home to me early. He sees his kids 6 hours a week.
Oh my God.
Yeah. 2 3-hour visits, and then he takes them for 48 hours every 2 weeks. That's all I can get him to take. I've asked him to take 1 extra night a week just to help me out and give me a little bit of a break, and he will not. He's like, it's better for me to see them in shorter durations. And I'm like,
what? For who? Who is it better for?
I know. It's what do you with a child?
It's so clear where his priorities are, and it's also so clear that he is a very patterned person. The fact that he ended up in her mother's house when you met him, he was in his parents' house. Yeah. Now he's taking on a different family. How she got him is how she's going to lose him. He's gonna do it again.
There's crazy.
Yeah,
I totally agree.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's so interesting that he cheated on you with another young mother, really similar to you in age, and also have a young child. And it's just somewhere along the line, it's he almost chose a different child But
it truly feels like that, because I know, like, I was with him for 10 years. And so when we got together, he was the type of person that he very much love bombs you. Like, I was with him 24/7. He wanted me around him 24/7. I basically lived at his mom's house for the first few months. And then, you know, a few months later, maybe around the 6 or 8 month mark, we got our own place, but he wanted me there every single night. So of course I know, like, he doesn't have a lot of friends. So of course he's itching to drop his kids off so he can go have his sleepover with his lady. And it's like, so what does his lady do with her child? Like, is that child sleeping in my daughter's crib at his house, like his place? Like he got his own place.
Right.
You know, like, how does that work? It's and I'm assuming she either leaves her kid with her mom or they're all having a sleepover like a happy family. And this man, he doesn't call his kids. He doesn't call. He doesn't text to ask how they are. Nothing. He does his Tuesday and Thursday 3-hour visit, usually drops them off 15 minutes early, can't get him to take more, and every other weekend for 48 hours. And
really just to check a box, just to be like, I'm literally a good person. I saw my kids and now I get to go on with my other life.
Does he pay child support?
Yes, he is fine. That's like, yes, it's legally mandated here. So he will be financially responsible for these kids. But it's the bare bones minimum.
That's legally
else.
What he has to do, but I'm sure he wouldn't if he had a choice.
Totally.
And you have 100% custody.
I don't. Like, he's still technically entitled to make decisions and I've asked for custody. Like, if you don't want to be involved, just give me them. And he won't give them to me. I'm like, just back out. This back and forth where you see your kid for 3 minutes and our daughter, like, she grew up with a daddy for 3 years. Like she had him every day, and she's still to this day, like, it's been since October, and she's still, Mommy, like, I miss daddy. It's been heartbreaking for her. She never sees him. And so that part of it has been really hard. So I feel like sometimes let's just rip off the Band-Aid, buck out, step out, be gone, you know, you know, you're not consistent enough for her, but he won't give me custody. Like, he won't sign it over.
I feel like that's like a male pride thing or something.
Yeah,
like maybe his friends, or he would look, it's bad press to be like, I gave her full custody. So it's like this, no, I'm not going to give away my kids. I'm just going to do the bare fucking minimum and hang out with them for 2 hours and then drop them off, because I'll look like less of a man if I hand over my children. Like, in reality,
and, of course, this girl, obviously, I mean, he probably wants to make it seem like he's this loving father to this girl. Like, what kind of, I'm not going to abandon my kids when she has her own kids. So he has to keep the facade up. But it's funny because, like, my Instagram has grown like so much. So
so talk a little bit about, I guess, because I was stalking you a lot and I saw that you used to post a lot on Instagram. Like, you were an influencer before all of this happened, and then you switched like social strategies, and after, like, how did that happen?
No, I actually wasn't an influencer.
You weren't?
At all. No.
I saw your post I saw that there was like a big gap between like May and November on your social, I think. So I assumed that you had
archive a lot of stuff. Like, I had to get rid of a lot. So that's why there's like the huge gaps.
Yeah.
I did share a lot, like, but my Instagram was actually private for years. And I've always wanted to do something with social media, but I never really did. And a lot of people have really encouraged me, you should for years, because I just have
personality for it.
Yeah. Like, I'm just the humor and, but I never did. But I shared my life on Instagram, like, hugely, especially on my Instagram stories. I'm big on Instagram stories. I shared a lot on those, and primarily pictures of my family and like what we were doing. And it wasn't uncommon for me to say how grateful I was for my husband, how much we loved our family. Like, it wasn't uncommon for me to, you know, publicly announce something kind that he had done for me. And he loved it. He ate that shit up until he was done with me. And then it was like, why do you post that stuff? And I was like, so weird.
Yeah.
Has he seen the stuff that you post that's about him, and does he like get pissed off?
He's also a very passive person. He knows about the Instagram. I don't know to what extent. Like, I would think that he's probably seen stuff. He hasn't asked me to stop. I don't think he's seen my Instagram stories because he doesn't have social media. I don't think he's seen my Instagram stories. And that's where most of my savage tea is. Like, that's where I get into the nitty gritty. My posts are very objective and very much just facts. Like this is, you know, my situation, but telling the story and telling like my day-to-day stuff is very much on my Instagram stories. And so I don't think he fully understands the extent to which I have shared about what he's done. But all of his people that he works with and their wives and their friends, they all follow me and they know what has happened. They know all of the gory deeds. Meanwhile, he on the other end, and he's not watching these stories, and so he doesn't know. And he's still to this day maintaining the facade that he never cheated, that we had been having problems for years, that this was, you know, a mutual thing, and he just started dating soon after. Meanwhile, all of his friends and at work and all of the employees, like this has traveled. This is at all of the offices. Like it's not just one office. Like it's a huge, like, office in all of the cities, and there's people at every office that are aware. Like this has been the talk of the town.
Wow. Well, and globally at this point. Because you've had I love your content because it is so relatable, and I'm sure so many people can, like, that's why it gets shared so much, because like you post a reel and it's like the truth, what actually happened, but so many people have had scrubs like this and had horrible situations. And it's also, a lot of your content's really funny. Like you clearly have a personality for it. I am curious, like, when did you decide you wanted to start posting more on social about what happened? Like turning your Insta public too, like that's a big step as well.
Yeah, it was a big step for me because I'm obviously, like, my kids are young and they're stunning, and I worry about, like, you know, predators and stuff. So it was a big decision for me. But what it all came down to was about a month after hearing, like, getting like messages from people in his life telling me, you know, he was still going with this facade about like, oh, like, we've been having problems for years. He told people that I was controlling, that I wouldn't let him hang out with his friends, which is just fucking crazy because I am like such a social person. I have so many friends, like just such a huge network of people in my life. And because of the nature of my work, I do shift work. So on my days off, I would always be going for walks with girlfriends, and I encouraged him to go be with his friends. Like I would never want to prevent him from doing that. But he was always the type of person that was like, I just want to be with you. Like very much, you know, that typical like narcissistic personality, like wants you around 24/7 and only like leeches onto you. And so when he started telling these lies about me, I was fucking pissed. Like I was so mad, especially after the kindness that I showed this man. Like I said, I paid for his university. Like for him to, like, I raised this man. When it comes to our investments, like the property that we bought, I worked the OT to pay for that shit. I worked the OT for us to travel. I worked for everything. He's like, this guy had it. Like I was a walking bank for this guy, and I did it because I loved him. And I thought he loved me too. And now
you're trying to ruin my reputation? Nope.
Yes. To justify the fact that you walked out on me for another woman and you're already dating. And now you're trying to tell people I'm this terrible person. Fuck that. No way, man. No way. So then I made that first post. I did not intend for it to go viral though. Like that I did not intend. Your first
one went viral?
Yes. It got like, I think it's gotten like, I don't know, like it's 6, maybe 7 million views. And so I did not intend for that though. Like I just wanted the people in town, like in our circle, especially the people that have been following me on Instagram, because I call this guy a unicorn, you guys. Like I'd be like, look at my unicorn husband. He's so good. Like, like, and here I am. I look like a fucking phony because people are like, oh, look, they've separated. Clearly that marriage wasn't that good.
Right.
But it was until he went and cheated. And so I didn't intend for it to go viral, but it did. And then I was like, well, you know what? Here's my chance. I've always wanted to do something with social media. I'm getting hundreds and hundreds of DMs of people going through something similar. Let's just take it and run. And then I just started sharing my story.
Oh, good amazing. For you.
Yeah.
It grew really fast.
It did.
In a really short amount of time. Like how has that been, even just going from having like a private account to now you are like a full-blown influencer? Do you still work as well at this point?
I will. I'm trying to figure out how to kind of do the social media thing, but it's such new territory for me. And like, honestly, I feel like Instagram is so, like, there's so many influencers on Instagram, and like, in order to make money on it, I don't know how to, like I said, I'm a full-time nurse. Like, but because I'm on maternity leave, this is my, like, I'm trying to really like grow my account while I'm on maternity leave and hopefully turn this into something. I don't know what that looks like, but yeah, I've got until August to figure it out. So,
yeah. You're on a maternity leave until August?
Yeah. And then I'll go back. Yeah. And I'll go back to work. I still will absolutely be going back to work. Like, I love my job so much, but I would love to do something on the side.
Yeah. Like, I love that you have that much maternity leave. Holy hell.
Yeah. You can take a year in Canada. You can take actually 18 months.
That's really nice.
Wow. On our way to Canada.
I mean, it's what you deserve. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. It's way different in the States.
Absolutely.
How are you doing, like, emotionally, mentally after all of this? Like, what has that been like for you? Are you in therapy? Like, how are you doing?
Yeah. I was in therapy for a bit, but okay, this is going to sound kind of crazy, but like, I just felt like my therapist would, and maybe I need to try again, but like, I would talk to my therapist and then I would kind of just be like, okay, like, I know what I need to do to get through this. You know what I mean? And like,
You're really tough and strong-minded. So yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Absolutely.
I feel like for me, like, because I have so many people in my corner though, like my mom, my sister-in-law, like my close friends, it was basically like a vent session. And I'm like, I don't need a vent session. Like, if there's tips that this person can give me that will help me get through this faster, absolutely. But I just feel like this is betrayal. This is heartbreak. And I just have to move through it. And the only thing that's going to help me get through it is time and, you know, accepting that I didn't deserve this. And this is something that happened to me that's horrible, but I just have to get through it. And so I kind of stopped. But now that it's been like 4 months, honestly, I'm doing so much better. That first month, I thought I was going to die. Like, I was distraught. In 2 months, I think I dropped 30 pounds. I was just beside myself. I was barely eating. I could not, like, people were putting plates of food in front of me and taking care of my kids because I was just like, I was not there. And then after, like, I came out on social media, and I came out on social media about a month after. So very, very quickly. Yeah. I felt so much more at peace. Like, I think the anger of him getting away with it and him spreading lies about me sent me into like the deepest sadness, because I'm sitting here, he's done something terrible to me and he's getting away with it. But then once I came out and said what had happened, and he experienced, like, the people at his work, they don't look at him the same. And he's told this to his friends, like, it's awkward. He's like, it feels uncomfortable. Everybody treats me different, but whatever. I'm just there to do my job. Like, you care. You care. You're not going to admit it. You care though. Yeah. And so I felt so much more at peace, and I felt like I could really start healing, because I'm like, now he's had to take some accountability for his actions. Absolutely. Like, he doesn't get to just rip up my life, rip up my children's life. Every aspect of my life is impacted by this, like my career, my children's future, my future, financially. Like, this has created a huge, huge mess, and he's just walked off, and I have to clean it up. Right. And so now that we're at like the 4th month of this, I'm feeling so much better. I'm feeling like, it sucks, but I'm going to get through it. And honestly, I don't need somebody who could do that to me.
Absolutely. I'm so fucking impressed. It's like 4 months. You're talking like it's like a long time. It's really not. And like how the fact that you're here and you've already processed so much. Sometimes therapists really help us even process it and process how we're feeling about it. And it does sound like you have just such a strong, like, fortitude and mind that you.
Thank you. Yeah, I will say.
Have processed a lot.
I feel like when you give something, like, I give my family everything, like my kids, the partner that I was with, like, when you love somebody so deeply and you will do anything for them, and then they do something so horrible to you, like this is like a movie. Like, I'll sit with my mom and she'll be like, I can't fucking believe he did this to you. Like, you did everything for him. He said jump, and you would just jump. How high? What do you want? Like, you were his bank account. You were his slave. Like, you did everything for him, and he went and did this to you. Fine, go. Somebody will be so grateful to have me as a partner, because I know I'm good at it. Damn, I know it. So for me, I was just like, fucking go. Like, it sucks. I'm devastated that my marriage is over and that I'm getting a divorce at 30, but no, I will not stand for this type of behavior in a partner. And I would never let my girls stand for that.
Super proud of you. Very honorable way to move on. And like, it's really baffling that it's so obvious that you're like telling the truth to literally everybody and everybody knows. And he's still so deep in his own delusion. And like, he has to like double down on his lie to make himself feel better. Cause he literally, I don't think he'll ever admit it. He'll never admit like the truth to anybody. He's going to just double down on that forever because he seems, he for sure, I don't know what you think, but to me, he seems like he's a narcissist.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Which is a word I had never heard of a few months ago, but I believe it to my core. A covert narcissist for sure.
He reminds me a lot of my ex for sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
because when our
so
stuff
similar.
ended, he was going around and telling everybody lies and all these made up stories. I can't even keep
that you cheated.
That I cheated. It came back to me that he said that I cheated, and I was like, that's interesting because nope, never did that in 10 years, but I can't even count how many women that you cheated on me with that I just keep finding out more and more and more. So that's funny.
Mine did the same thing. Well, not the same, but he even tried to tell people that I was having guys over at the house. And I was like, guys with my 2 babies. My God. Like, what is going on? And the one thing that I will say between my exes is he's edited the stories so much. So for his close friends that know me and trust me and love me and know that I would never lie, he's very much like, she can post on Instagram, I'm in the wrong, I did something wrong, da-da-da-da-da. And he portrays this image because he wants to save face with his friends. Because they know we've got the truth. I got the receipts. I showed them the proof. But everybody else that's not in my circle that I can't message and be like, well, you want to see proof? Yeah. Oh, no, we've been having problems for years, like just lying and lying and lying.
Well, that's what narcissists do. They cater to their audience. They know exactly how to play it with that exact person, and they will tailor the story to where like they have the best chance of convincing that particular person of this particular thing. So yeah, totally. 100%. My ex does the same thing.
Yeah. So crazy.
I hope the woman that he's with now somehow like finds this podcast too. I would imagine she's looking at your stuff. Oh, and I bet he's like, oh, Kimberly is such a liar. She blah, blah, blah. She's out there like talking shit about, like, I'm sure he's like changed the narrative in a way, but I hope she also finds this podcast and also see some warning signs of he's going to do the same thing.
Yeah.
It's going to be the same patterns.
I would be shocked if this woman, like of course, people reach out, people from the offices, they all reached out and messaged me. I know a lot about this girl, and she just seems like a very insecure girl to pursue a married man. So definitely some issues and probably some trauma around it. So I know for sure she's probably watching my stories based on what I'm being told, but she's very likely watching my Instagram and like checking it. So she will probably see this podcast.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure she's stalking you like a hawk.
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, whenever the time, maybe she'll realize it. It's sad because you also don't know what's going through someone else's head, what trauma they've experienced, what lies they've been told, why they're believing what they're believing. And so it's, people can be complex.
Yeah, totally.
Do you have any other questions you want to ask, Meg?
I was going to ask just in general, like single parenting, what has that been like? And do you have any other advice for just like other single moms out there, young moms? And if you could just like, what would you say to another single young mom at this point?
It's a ride. It's a freaking ride. Like, obviously I never planned that this would happen to me. So it is it's the most exhausting thing that I've ever done, but it's so worth it. It's so worth it being the constant in your kid's life. Like, I just know my kids are going to look back on their childhood and I will have always been there. And that for me is the best win. Like for me being a mom, that's the greatest thing that I've ever done with my life, of course. And so it's so worth it. It sucks and it's so hard. Lean on your people, lean on the people in your life, but you're doing the work and there will be rewards for it.
I love that. That's really beautiful. And is there any sort of like advice or like message of hope that you would give to anybody who has kind of gone through a similar thing of like finding out about an affair or their husband just up and leaving postpartum with your, like, what would you say to somebody who's like just kind of in grief right now?
I would just say like with time, it'll get better. And like knowing your worth, knowing what you bring to the table as a partner is so, so important in these situations because 9 times out of 10, you did not deserve this. Like most people, and my situation, as complex as it was, there are so many worse stories that I've heard with abuse and sexual abuse and financial, you know what I mean? Like, and so you did not deserve this, and you just have to move through it, and it will get better with time.
Love that. And leaning on your support system. It sounds like you have a really good, like having your family close by.
Totally. I'm
like
so thankful.
Seems like you have a lot of good friends too.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been really important for Rach and I as well.
Oh yeah, 100%. And I just want to say, kind of what Megan touched on before, like this only just happened a few months ago. And I feel like you're just in such a like a strong headspace, and it's like so impressive. And I don't know, you're like very inspiring. And you've turned just like a really dark, fucked up situation into like, okay, how can I like make this so I, benefit from it? And how can I support my kids? How can I just be there for my kids and, live in my own integrity and just tell the truth? And it's just really impressive. So I just want to, I don't know, like,
thank you. Thanks so much.
I know we don't really know each other, but like, I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm excited to watch just your story and follow along on your account now. Absolutely. And just because I just know, like, you have the personality, you're so good at social, you have such a good story, you're a really good storyteller. I just know that whatever you end up doing in life is going to be amazing. And I can't wait to follow along.
Great. Yeah. Thank you. I'm excited too.
Yeah.
Do you want to plug your socials for our listeners so they can know where to go find you? Okay.
So my Instagram, TikTok, it's all basically the same. At Kimberly Worthing, it's KIMBOLY Worthing, WORTHING, and then my link tree's on there. So everything's there.
Perfect. All right. Thank you so much for coming on. That was
thank you for having me. It was fun.
A juicy story. And we are so fucking proud of you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for taking the time to share all of that. Like, I hope you know that it's really going to help other people too, hearing your story.
I hope so. Yeah.
Don't forget to also rate and review and subscribe anywhere you listen to podcasts, and to follow us on Instagram and TikTok at the.traumedy.show. And we will talk to you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.